Hi, Tam here. I'm a cruise ship doctor and I'm going to react to the show Dr. Odyssey. Dr. Odyssey is a series about the adventures of a cruise ship doctor at sea. Now, I've been a cruise ship doctor for about 15 years, on and off. I've worked on yachts as well. When I'm not working on cruise ships, I work in hospitals as an emergency doctor. I also work for different agencies around the world. I've worked for multiple cruise lines. I've cruised all around the world. I've cruised around North America, the Caribbean, South America, Africa, the Middle East, Asia, Australia, Oceania. I've been around. I've cruised everywhere. Across the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, close to Antarctica as well. So yeah, that's my background. Some people have asked me multiple questions about the show, about the veracity of the show, about whether this is real, this is how it would happen in real life and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's analyze Dr. Odyssey.
You're kidding, right? I'm a nurse. I've worked here for 3 years. You really don't recognize me?
It's not the issue, baby doll. You're not getting on without a crew ID.
I lost it. Come on.
So, from this shot, looking at the buildings, this cruise ship is docked in San Diego. I've been to San Diego before, at this area there. This is the dockyard. The tall building with a triangular shape at the top, that's definitely San Diego.
For 3 years, you really don't recognize me?
It's not the issue, baby doll. You're not getting on without a crew ID.
I lost it. Come on. I gave you that corticosteroid cream last.
So the first thing I'm noticing here, this gentleman is a nurse. He's off the ship. He's at the cruise ship terminal outside. He doesn't have a name tag. So that's not possible, right? When you work on a cruise ship, you will always have a name tag. The only exception is that when you're wearing your own personal clothes, then you might not need to wear your name tag, but you will need to wear a lanyard with your crew ID so that you can be identified. So if you're wearing jeans, t-shirts or shorts and you are on the ship, then you don't need to wear your name tag, but you need to wear your lanyard. Now, if you're off the ship and you're going on your business, running errands, then that's fine. You're wearing your own clothes, you don't need to wear any identifiers. But this nurse there, he should be having a name tag, so that's a mistake there. Now, if you're gonna leave the ship wearing a uniform, like he's doing now, it means he's on duty, right? So there's a reason for him to wear his uniform while off the ship. If he was to leave the ship and go to run errands, buy some groceries, maybe go to Albertsons or Best Buy or any other store, you would not do that in uniform. You are not really allowed to run around the city wearing the cruise ship uniform. Now, the other thing is, he's outside, he wants to get back on the ship, he forgot his ID. So I'm assuming that, he lost his ID while running errands in San Diego, and now he wants to get back, and he can't get back because he doesn't have any ID. Now, there's something, so now that's not okay, because if you lose your ID, then it's quite easy. Whether you're wearing a uniform or not, security, the terminal security, the Port of San Diego security, the security at the terminal would simply call the cruise ship security, and then somebody would come and confirm that you're working on board. And then you go through. People lose their ID, it happens. When you lose your ID, that's the procedure. The port security doesn't know you, but they will simply call a security officer from the cruise ship who will come, identify you, oh yes, I know this guy, and then escort you back inside. Then you go to crew office, and you're going to get a new ID. You're going to be charged for it as well.
I lost it. Come on. I gave you that corticosteroid cream last summer when you got sunburned in Ensenada.
Now, I'm noticing as well that the security lady here, as you can see, she's wearing epaulets with 2 stripes. So that's a bit strange, because the cruise terminal security people do not wear epaulets because they do not work on cruise ships. The security at the cruise ship terminals are usually security people employed by the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship security cannot go off the ship outside the terminal and doing security work for people entering the cruise ship. That's not possible, They are employed to work on cruise ships. The cruise ship is going to go to many different countries, to the Bahamas, to Jamaica, to many different countries. In all those ports, it will be the local security, the local people doing security for the cruise terminal. So that's not factual. There's no reason why the security officer should be wearing epaulets with stripes, because she's not. So I mean, let's watch. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
That corticosteroid cream last summer when you got sunburn in Ensenada. Remember that spot on your back that you couldn't reach?
I remember. But you're not flirting your way into my ship, Romeo. I'm not losing my job because you're not responsible.
Avery, she's a nurse. She can vouch.
So, you can see that's... So she works for the cruise ship. They're just reminiscing on Ensenada and other ports they've been to, so they know each other. So she definitely works on the cruise ship. So that's not factual. If she works on the cruise ship, what is she doing outside by the cruise ship terminal in San Diego? Letting people in. That's not possible, all right? I'm noticing that uniform, yes, she's got the stripes, she's got epaulets. She doesn't have a name tag. She's cruise ship security, she's wearing a uniform, and she doesn't have a name tag. That's impossible. You cannot wear your uniform with no name tags. In fact, I remember some years ago I was working with another doctor who was a three stripes officer, a cruise ship doctor. And I was the head of department, right? So I was the 4 stripes officer. And he was spotted wearing this uniform, walking around the ship with no name tag. And, the first time they told him, hey, doctor, please wear your name tag. It's very important. He was new. It was his first contract. And then the second time it happened again. I think the hotel director spotted him and told him, hey, doctor, you must wear your name tag. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. And then the third time, I think he was spotted by the captain, and the captain told him, hey, doctor, where's your name tag? Please wear your name tag, And after that, they finally told me, because I was the head of department, hey, your doctor repeatedly has been forgetting to wear his name tag. Please speak to him. After that, he did it again, and he had to be given a warning. So it was a written warning, a W1, and it never happened again. All right. So a situation where she's on duty there, no name tag, he is the nurse, wearing the uniform, no name tag, impossible. All right.
Come on, I gave you that corticosteroid cream last summer when you got sunburn in Ensenada. Remember that spot on your back that you couldn't reach?
I remember.
But again, to my point, they're talking about Ensenada, they know each other, they both work on the ship. Why is she not just letting him in? It's very simple. She knows him. It's fine, go in. By the way, before you get on board, when you're at the gangway, there are more security officers there. There are more security people there. And these security officers will ask for your ID again. Then, there's a scanning machine. So there's a lot of checkpoints. So she can simply let him in. And then he goes in the gangway. They check him again. And then, they refer him to the crew office. And he's going to get his new ID. So yeah, that's very poor. And if it was a brand new, and like I said, if it was a brand new person who has never seen him before, she would simply call for a colleague, will just identify him, and then that's it, You can simply ask for his name, surname, date of birth, ID number, and that's it. All right. Besides, all security officers have an iPad, and then they can type in your crew ID or scan it, and then your picture will appear with your details. So, yeah,
My ship, Romeo. I'm not losing my job because you're not responsible.
Avery, she's a nurse. She can vouch for me.
Hi, Rhonda.
Hey, unless she got a crew badge in her back pocket with your picture on it.
You left it.
So you can see, so this is the lead nurse. The man's got 2 stripes. She's got 2.5 stripes. So it's 2 stripes and a half stripes in the middle, in between the 2 stripes. So she's the lead nurse, right? But again, why is she not having a name tag? She's wearing the uniform. So again, that's not possible.
You left it at the grab and go. It was on the counter by those weird boner pills.
She's joking. Thank you.
So she just said you left your ID at the grab and go counter next to those boner pills. The grab and go counter next to those boner pills. Okay, so cruise ships do not have a grab and go counter, and they definitely do not sell Viagra, Cialis, and the rest. So she means that he was outside. I don't understand. So I'm assuming that he went out, maybe went to a CVS or Walgreens, bought some stuff there, and forgot his ID there on the grab-and-go counter. Let's watch some more. It's a bit confusing here.
Rhonda, I loathe you.
You're obsessed with me.
Okay, so they're carrying their luggage. So they're coming on board. So they're coming on board actually. Okay, so it's their first cruise. They just arrived. Okay, there's some few issues with that. So it's their very first cruise. They're just arriving their luggage. Why are they wearing the uniform? You know, when you go on a cruise ship, you're not wearing a uniform. You go to the airport, you take your flights. You arrived in San Diego and you're ready to board. You would not be wearing a uniform because you're not allowed to leave with the uniform. The uniform stays on board. You don't take the uniform home with you. So it's a bit strange. So it's not possible. You cannot come with your luggage. I think they wanted to give that airline crew effect, when you see pilots and flight attendants going through the airport wearing their uniforms and they've got their luggage and stuff. But this is a cruise ship terminal. Yeah, it's not possible, right? So they're arriving, they're carrying their luggage there, and they're already in uniform. They don't have a name tag. They're having crew IDs. How do you get a crew ID? You cannot arrive on a ship and already have a crew ID. Your crew ID is going to be issued when you're on board for security reasons. When you leave your crew ID, they take your crew ID and then give you your passport back, and they destroy your crew ID. And then when you come back, you start with a brand new crew ID. Same number, but a new crew ID. With an identifier on the crew ID to say that, this was issued, this is current. So now understand the story. On his way to the terminal, passed by some CVS or Walgreens, bought himself his own supply of Viagra or Cialis and stuff, forgot his crew ID there. It's already impossible because, like I said, you cannot have a crew ID if you're not on board yet. Okay.
By the way, it was not by the boner pill.
So, you ready? Three amigos back in action for another season?
No, more like the two amigos and Mr. Magoo.
Now, the other thing is, they're both embarking. Now, I saw the ship, the Odyssey, it's a small ship. So I'm assuming there are 3 nurses maximum. 2 nurses cannot embark on the same day. The lead nurse and the regular nurse. That's not possible. Just like if there are 2 doctors on that ship, they cannot both embark on the same day. I mean, if you're both coming, who's in there right now? So this doesn't make sense as well. Only one nurse, assuming that there are only these 2 nurses, then one should already be on board, one is coming, there has to be a handover. Some nurses are leaving and some nurses are coming, but not that all the nurses are leaving and all the nurses are coming at the same time. So they cannot both, if there are the only 2 nurses on board, they cannot both embark on the same day. Because now, what about the 2 nurses that are leaving? There'll be no handover. Okay.
Speaking of Magoo, have you heard from Dr. Campbell at all?
Now, that's a very beautiful setup for a medical center, visually, but it is completely wrong. You cannot have a dark medical center like that, or a dark hospital, as if you're in a hotel. That's it's nice lighting for a hotel, the lobby area of a hotel or something. But for a medical center on land, or on a cruise ship, or on a yacht, or anywhere in a hospital, in an emergency unit, as you know, you all have been to hospitals before, the light must be bright and white. It must be very clear. This is very important. Now, when it's dark like that, you do not have 100% vision. There could be blood on the floor, there could be something on the floor, or, you won't be able to see it because it's too dark. Right? Everything must be bright lights, so that everything is clear. Also, that yellow light that I see there, not good at all. What if you have a patient? How would you identify a patient with subtle jaundice if the setup is yellow like that? I know it has to be bright white.
I was waiting for his usual pre-season protocol manifesto email, but I never got anything. You don't think that he...
Kick the bucket? Magoo? No. He's a cockroach. Could walk out of a plane crash without a scratch.
You,
the captain.
my friend.
Now the hat.
Hello, gang. Welcome back.
I have never seen a cruise ship captain wearing a captain's hat. I've never seen that, so no. It's nice, it's beautiful, but no, cruise ship captains do not wear captain's hats,
Welcome back. Take a walk with me.
When you are a cruise ship officer, you are allowed to wear your own shoes as long as they are of the exact same color as the regular shoes. So if the shoes issued by the cruise lines are white, you can wear your own white shoes, that are more comfortable.
6 hours to showtime for this season's maiden voyage.
Okay, so this is the maiden voyage of this cruise ship. All right, so they know each other. He said, "Welcome back," but this is the maiden voyage of this cruise ship. There's no way that the two nurses on that cruise ship, it's a small ship, are gonna arrive on the day of the maiden voyage. 6 hours to sail away, impossible. If when there's a maiden voyage, you need to prepare weeks in advance. So the medical team, like other departments as well, would arrive weeks in advance, usually like a month in advance, just to make sure that everything is sorted. All right. So there will be a medical team making sure that everything is there, the equipment is proper. This is the equipment you need. I've set up medical centers before. It's a lot of work, and you need to prepare months in advance. So there's no way they would be arriving on the day and then checking the equipment, checking that everything is okay. And now it's 6 hours before we sail away. Impossible.
Still about a day and a half's worth of work to do, Catherine. But it all comes together. Somehow it does every year.
Captain, sorry, where's Dr. Campbell?
Oh, he's no longer with us, I'm sorry to say. Thank you. Relax, guys. He's not dead. Had to let him go. Thanks, Alan. After that debacle that happened last year, our special guest came aboard.
Bacterium Yersinia enterocolytica.
Yeah, well, you don't have to remind me of the gory details.
So if there is a mistake, or when there is a mistake, a medical error, then the medical director would be involved. It's a cruise ship. There must be a medical director. There must be a clinical manager. And then, there will be a discussion with the doctor about the diagnosis, about the misdiagnosis, what happened exactly. Was it really a misdiagnosis? They will investigate the charts and everything and make a decision.
I saw a lady using a sun hat as a vomit bag.
Charming.
Sorry, Captain.
Refunds all around, 2 more voyages canceled while we cleaned and sanitized. And the contact tracer said if we just caught it 1 day earlier.
I told Dr. Campbell that guy did not have appendicitis.
Which is why he is no longer in charge of the health on my ship.
So the nurse said, I told Dr. Campbell that this patient did not have appendicitis. A lot can be said about that. Actually, if a nurse disagrees with a doctor, and there's only one doctor on board, the nurse can actually elevate this matter to the clinical manager or the medical director at head office and say that, hey, I'm really worried. This is, in my opinion, gross negligence. This is completely wrong. Something very obvious that every medical student should know and the doctor doesn't know. Yeah, there are protocols to safeguard the integrity of the medical center and protect the patients as well, crew and passengers. Let's say if a doctor is intoxicated and unable to perform his or her duties, the nurse can actually stop the doctor from performing his or her duties. There are protocols, there are things that can be done. All right. But anyway, moving on.
The cruising world of today has to exceed passengers' expectations. We live in very uncertain times, wars and worldwide pandemics, and nobody is going to venture out for anything less than total perfection. Or we get replaced by virtual reality GoBot sex dolls on a virtual cruise, on a virtual Pacific, where there are no diseases and no employees. Mary,
Captain?
there you got a little something right there. Bottom line is, we in this business have to be at the apex of our game. No more mistaking bacterial outbreaks for appendicitis. Sebastian, right? You're new up here.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you how to fold these towels.
I can't.
No, I'm pretty sure captains do not know how to fold towels into little animals, you know. Besides, I mean, he's housekeeping. Wasn't he trained by housekeeping, by his supervisor? Is there any captain watching this who can actually take a towel and fold it into a giraffe or a monkey or an elephant or something?
Can't work under some new old quack.
We should be running this department. Us. We're the only ones who care.
I know. Tell him.
Captain, you made the right call letting Dr. Campbell go.
Uh-huh.
If I may,
So you made the right call. So this call was entirely done by the captain. Again, impossible. I mean, the captain is not a doctor. How can he make the right call? Yeah, that story is full of holes, you know.
I'm a nurse practitioner. I've had the same amount of training as a doctor. I'm legally qualified to be head
Wait. You are a nurse practitioner and you have the same medical training as a doctor. No. That's not true and that's not possible. There is a massive gap between a nurse practitioner and a medical doctor. I mean, no. This should not have been said because people are going to watch this and think that, oh, nurse practitioners and medical doctors have the same medical training. What's the point of having ICU doctors and emergency doctors and, I mean, come on, nurse practitioners and medical doctors have the same medical training now. Okay.
I want to nominate myself for the position.
I very highly second the nomination.
How is a nurse practitioner going to practice as a medical doctor on a cruise ship or anywhere else? How is that possible? I mean, you know, that's impossible. Yeah, well.
Thank you, Avery. Tristan, I'm very well aware and very grateful for your years of service on the Odyssey. But in this case, the decision's already been made. Out of 110 applicants, we found him, Dr. Max Bank.
110 applicants? It seems correct. Usually when there's a job on a cruise ship, yes, I mean, you can just have a look at LinkedIn. I mean, the number of applicants will be well over 110. It will be in the 300-400 applicants, doctors, you know?
We found him, Dr. Max Bank. Graduated Yale, top of his class. Served 4 years in the Peace Corps in West Africa. He developed some sort of new technique for cleft palate surgery. Won a prize from the UN for...
Okay, so he's an ENT surgeon because he developed some new techniques for cleft palate surgery while he was working in Africa. So an ENT surgeon working on a cruise ship would not be ideal. Normally, you would not get a job. I mean, you might get a job, but you know, you'd have to prove that beyond ENT, you're also familiar with the rest, with family medicine, with emergency medicine, especially, you know, trauma, pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, psychiatry, you know, there's a lot of psychiatric cases, ophthalmology, you know, emergency medicine, you know, so ENT surgeon, not ideal.
For humanitarianism or something crazy. And he served on the pediatric board for Johns Hopkins.
Captain, with all due respect, he sounds overqualified.
Yeah, well, after last year, I'll take overqualified as to under any day. Now, he's arriving shortly, so I have trust that the two of you will make it a smooth transition.
This guy must be 100 years old.
This is a nightmare.
Oh, there we go. The grand arrival. When I was in New York, I boarded a ship from New York some years ago, and I arrived like that, So, from the airport, I went to my hotel, from JFK to my hotel. And then the following day, the day of departure, when I was supposed to now go on board when the ship arrived, the cruise line brought in a driver in a 4x4 Escalade, black. It was very comfortable, it was nice. And I was taken from my hotel that was close to the airport in Queens to the terminal, Pier 50 or Pier 51 or Pier 48, I'm not sure, But yeah, it was a nice experience. It's actually the size of... It's actually smaller than the yacht, the mega yacht I worked on last year.
Hi. I don't have my badge yet. I'm Max Bankman, the new doctor.
I'm Rhonda Cole. Go ahead, baby. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. No. Yes, he's a new arrival. He doesn't have his badge, but he would never just go through like that. Come on. Security on cruise ships is very tight. So this is what happens, right? She would have a list of all the new crew members. She'd look at the list. What's your name? Oh, my name is Dr. What's his name again? Max Bank?
I don't have my badge yet. I'm Max Bankman, the new doctor.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Banks, I'm the new doctor. Or I'm Dr. Tam, I'm the new doctor. She would look at the list. She has a list of all the new crew members. And then she'll check, medical. Oh, okay, your name there. Okay, can I see some identification, ID, passport, whatever? I said, okay, good. Go there, follow this line, your luggage, scan your luggage this side, and then leave it there. Yes, you can take your carry-on, not, oh, it's okay, baby, I got you.
I'm Rhonda Cole. Go ahead, baby. I got you.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Security breach. Let's look at like a ponant cruise ship.
And there he is now.
No, you would never enter through the lobby like a passenger as a crew member, whether you're the doctor or the captain or the chief engineer. This is not the way you come in. There's a separate entrance for you, a crew entrance. You have to go through security, they have to scan you and all that stuff. You cannot just walk in like that, like a passenger. So that's not factual. That's very poorly done. But I guess for that Hollywood entrance, the doors are opening, the doctor comes in because it's all about Dr. Odyssey, right?
And there he is now. Doctor, welcome aboard the Odyssey.
Okay, it's his first time seeing him. It's his first time arriving. And how does he know that this is the new doctor? He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt there. You'd have no idea. Unless he scanned his ID before he was coming in. I don't know, it's a bit strange.
And since they're seemingly catatonic, allow me to introduce you to Avery and Tristan.
You must be my brilliant and capable nurses.
We are the ship's brilliant and capable nurses, yes. I'm in fact an NP.
Okay, no name tags. No name tags. No name tags. Why?
And capable nurses, yes. I'm in fact an NP.
Nurse practitioner, of course. I'm sorry. Max Bankman.
Do you have any bags?
I do, but they come with their own guys.
Perfect. Shall we?
It's going right in there. When I was working in Tanzania, the villages there, Vijiji, they call them, I learned two things. One, what you can do with a rudimentary...
He's got a lot of bags, so he's bringing his own medical equipment. It's not necessary you have medical equipment on board, but to be fair, when I go on cruise ships, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 bags with me. 5 massive bags, and I've got some Pelican briefcases and all that stuff. It's not medical equipment, it's because I do cinematography and videography, and I've got Sennheisers, pieces of equipment and cannons and lenses. and DSLR cameras. And I think, how many cameras do I have? I have about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cameras, lenses. So yeah, I come with a lot of equipment, but non-medical equipment. Drones. I always wanted to bring my own ultrasound as well in case I go on a cruise ship and there's no ultrasound machine. Like a small little portable ultrasound, you know?
You can do with a rudimentary setup, and 2, what you can't do, which is why I've asked to make a couple of modifications around here.
Yeah, everything here is state of the art.
Yeah, you're not allowed to bring your own medical equipment. You can bring your stethoscope and maybe otoscopes. He's an ENT surgeon, so maybe he wants to have his own special otoscope, things like that. But you can't bring tons of equipment like that. Like, it's never going to be allowed. The equipment on a cruise ship, on a ship, has to be audited as well. It has to be maintained by different companies, so the defibrillators, the ventilators, all equipment used has to be calibrated, checked. You know, there's maintenance logs, and everything has to be checked every few months to make sure there is no defects. And if there is a defect, if there's something that's not working, automatically, you know, head office is notified. There is somebody in charge of equipment, medical equipment, and they're gonna sort it out. And then if your equipment is, whether your equipment is Siemens, Zoll, LifePack, a technician will come from that company to fix things, you know, or calibrate things or change things. So you cannot bring your own medical equipment that you are using in Tanzania, and we have no idea about the functionality of and calibration of your equipment. It's dangerous. Just like I cannot bring my own equipment to the ER in the hospital I work in and say, hey guys, I'm going to use my own equipment. No. So yeah, but this defibrillator is so much better, you know, so I'm going to put it there and I'll be using... No, impossible, you know.
Nice.
What the hell, big man, is this a...
Dialysis machine. Yeah. In a major hospital, they'd only ever
Dialysis
use kidney
machine.
failure, but let me tell you, it is a Swiss Army knife.
That's not a dialysis machine. No, man, that's not a dialysis machine. At the very least, they could have used, they could have checked what a dialysis machine is looking like, and they could have made a replica and said, hey, there's a dialysis machine here. But that's rubbish, man.
Heart failure, CRRT for the critically ill.
Oh, look, there's a CT scan in there. That is impressive. That is impressive. I wish we could have CT scans on all cruise ships, man. That's a very good touch. That's a very good touch.
Working in the Virginia of Africa? What is he? Bruce Banner? Bruce Wayne?
He's not wrong. I've been saying we should have a dialysis machine for years.
This guy could be practicing medicine anywhere on Earth. But he wants to practice it here? On a floating theme park?
It says here my cabin's on the Pelican deck. It's Tristan, right?
Yes.
You think you could show me the way?
It would be my...
Yeah, that CT scan stuff, that's impressive.
This is not a corner of the world I'm used to practicing medicine in.
So what does bring you to this corner of the world? A guy like you could practice anywhere, right?
It seems like it has its perks. I don't know. What do you like about it?
You know the secret? They don't want us to tell all the guests. She belongs to us. This ship, this life, it's ours. We just let them try it out.
There's no crew member
when the sun
that could
goes
ever
down,
speak like
we get
that.
back to port.
The ship, this vessel, she belongs to us. This ship and everything here, it belongs to us. No crew member will ever speak like that. Yeah, and that was not a good touch.
I don't feel weak. When the sun goes down, we get back to port. It's our turn. Work like a captain, play like a pirate. The Odyssey philosophy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, sure.
Wow. I could get used to this.
Wow.
Captain's dinner's at 8.
That's a nice setup there.
Which does not mean Hawaiian shirt. Found that out the hard way. Black tie.
Thank you.
The bed is a bit small, though. Yeah, no, the bed is way too small. When you're a ship doctor, your bed would normally be, at the minimum, a queen-size bed. Usually they don't put king sizes, but they will put a queen-size bed. Not, what is this, a 3/4? Yeah, no, that's way too small. So yeah, but otherwise it's a very nice place, very luxurious. Yeah, you can see the portholes there.
Found that out the hard way. Black tide.
Good.
Thank you. And thanks for showing me around. I'm excited.
Now, the truth is, cruise ship doctors do not get accommodations like that. Even when I was on that mega yacht that belongs to one of the wealthiest men on earth, I had a beautiful cabin, but nothing like that. I mean, that is, yeah, we are not that respected, you know. But that should be the standard for cruise ship doctors. I agree. That should be the standard, you know. Although, you know what? I was working for one particular cruise line where my accommodation was, it was huge. It was huge because I had a little lobby and then a corridor, and then I would go into the living room, sofa, massive desk, bigger than that desk, large windows, no portholes. And then going back into the corridor, there was now another room, and then my bedroom would be there. And then attached to the bedroom, a bathroom, and the bathroom had a bathtub and a shower. And yeah, so this is possible, yeah. And then on the mega yacht, my room was beautiful, it was very comfortable. You know, we had iPads to control the TV, to control the lights. You know, so you could use your iPad and then you just control the lights and the TV. We had big Samsung TVs. It was really nice. It was really nice. It was really comfortable. It was beautiful.
Oh, bucket of fun.
Why am I here? Truthfully, it's the same as you. Work-life balance.
Let's fast forward a bit.
I've always been
That is a nice touch. That is a nice touch. You've got your watch, and then you got something on your watch, but obviously they would call you as well. So yeah, it's a very nice touch, you know. All right, so I think I've seen enough for now. And yeah, I mean, next time I will comment again. I'll take it from there. Yeah, I mean, next time maybe I will do an episode 2. Cheers. If you want to hear more about cruise ship stories, please join me on Patreon, where I have lots of bonus videos that I do not post on YouTube. I also answer all questions on Patreon. You can ask me anything you want and I will reply to you. I will give you some one-on-one advice as well. You can DM me. See you on Patreon.